My name is Angela Skirtu, and you can find me at www.therapistinstlouis.com. Today, I would like to talk to you about Tickle Windows. So, everybody, like when I talk about Tickle Windows, I'm actually talking about these touch windows, these windows of comfort with being touched in certain ways or tickled, right? So if you think about getting tickled, right, there's this first time when somebody tickles you where you're like, and it's kind of like a little exciting, but that only lasts for this amount of time, right? Like it's like that for a little bit of time. Now, if you keep tickling somebody, then they move into an irritation, like where they tense, right? Like, okay, so they can do it, but you can tell they're not liking it anymore. Like it's getting to a point where it could be a problem, but it's not quite there yet. And if you keep tickling somebody after that portion of the window, they're gonna punch you in the face or kick you in the face, because our body's natural response is to be like, all right, you're attacking and you won't stop. You're going past my irritation window. So everybody has these tickle windows and touch windows where they can enjoy it for a little bit, then it's getting too much, then they're ready to punch. Why is this valuable for sex? Well, I hope you can intuit, but if not, I'm here to tell you. If you don't kind of like redirect people or adjust what's happening before the punch in the face, then by the time, then you're going to get a very big reaction from a partner, or you're going to get a reaction from yourself if you're doing it at a time. Like if, for example, okay, let's put it in a sex contest. So say somebody is kissing you and it is a little bit ticklish, or it's moving into that irritation window. Sometimes people are like trying to tell themselves, just do it, it's okay, just stay in that space, it's not a big deal, when they're in that irritation window and like the irritation portion of the tickle window. And so then by the time they do communicate to their partner, hey, why don't you go somewhere else? Why don't you kiss me somewhere else, or touch me in a different way, or maybe use a firmer touch? They're more aggressive in how it sounds. They'll be like, stop it. And so then their partner is like jolted, and they're like, and it kind of really stops the situation, right? Like you're trying to build up momentum and energy and excitement, but like because you've pushed yourself past your tickle window, by the time you do communicate to your partner, it's too far. It's gone too far. And so then like it can be awkward, or even like it gets, in some couples, it starts fights, or it just like shuts down the whole situation. So my challenge to you guys is to communicate to each other before you've reached the punch you in the face tickle window space, right? Like you're allowed to talk to each other before then. So if something is even starting to get a little irritating, you can redirect someone towards, hey, can you use a firmer approach? Or hey, can you touch me in a different area now? Or if you don't want to use your words, you can use your hands to take their hands and move them to another spot so that it feels better, or like show them how you'd want to be touched. Because people, they're not inside your body, so they don't know. They don't know that they're hitting a tickle window, and people aren't always trying to tickle. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes you have a partner who actually knows that it's irritating and intentionally is pushing you past your boundaries. In that situation, there needs to be a real conversation about what's okay and what's not okay when it comes to intimacy. Because intimacy is about making people feel good in their skin and their body. And so if you constantly feel like your tickle window is being pushed or pressured, or you're being pushed into irritation, that's not what makes sex sexy or fun. It's what turns you off entirely and stops you from desiring it altogether. And so in a situation like that, where you feel like somebody is not intentionally, or somebody's not accidentally doing it, but they're intentionally doing it, that's a real conversation piece where it might be you need to sit down and talk to each other about, look, like I want to be sexual with you. I'm open to this idea, but like when you push me past my window of comfort, it makes me not like this or like sex with you. And I want to like sex with you. So can we talk about ways to adjust this with one another? And I know that it's interesting. It can become a sort of flirtation style for some couples to use this. It's like, actually, like, to me, it's 13-year-olds flirting, where you pull a girl's hair, you're like messing with somebody. But like, as you become an adult, you can learn to flirt in a way that's more sexy. It's sexier to flirt in a way that is about making your partner feel good. Either physically feel good in their skin or mentally feel good in their heads. That's good flirting. And so if you're still kind of at 13-year-old flirting where you're just trying to irritate or bug somebody, it's time to grow up. I'm just letting you all know, it might be time to grow up and try some adult flirting styles. And it's important to know that you have tickle windows, like these windows of touch that have a capacity. And if you don't learn about those and communicate that with each other, then it's very easy to have some misunderstandings or even to reduce desire because you're playing in those irritation windows that aren't comfy. All right, so anyhow, this is Angela Skirtu, and you can find me at www.therapistintstlouis.com. Thank you very much.